Sir.
Have you seen?
Thank you, sir.
What is meteorology? Meteorology.
Meteorology, so the study of the weather and the
That is meteorology.
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 What is meteorology and meteorology?
Sorry, sir. Meteorology.
Is there any concept as a meteorology?
Sir, exactly I'm unable to.
Meteorology and meteorology are different.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Physics, from physics point of view,
Yes, sir.
how you will monitor this meteorology? Physics.
Sir, meteorology I'm exactly unable to.
Meteorology, weather forecasting.
Study
Okay.
of weather.
Okay. Yes, sir. From physics point of view, the use of the Doppler effect, we can say recently.
That is the equipments that you use
yes.
to predict or know the weather conditions.
Yes.
And meteorology is the study of weights and measures.
Okay, yes.
Must have heard
Yes, sir.
the PDS inspectors, they go and check the balance,
Yes, sir.
all these things.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, go.
Soil. What is soil? How it is formed?
Sir?
Soil, how it is formed?
Soil is from various, that is both exogenic and endogenic forces that actually contribute to the soil formation. And that is the deposition of the plants, the deposition of the living, that is from humus and all the weathering and all, the change in the soil's texture, that is through which it is formed.
What is parent material?
For soil, so the rock and all, the basic deposition and all. Sorry, sir, exactly I'm unable to.
What do you mean by organic matter?
So organic matter is the deposition of the living, that is the plant and the animal or the living being, that is particularly the organic matter.
Okay, you are so serious to join civil service, as I think.
Yes, sir.
Because this is your first attempt and you made it.
Yes, sir.
So while doing your graduation,
Yes.
you are also giving focus on this.
No, not
When did you start preparing for this?
from the last year only, from college.
Yeah.
That is
You completed your graduation 22,
22.
and hardly 1 year left,
Yes.
and you made it.
Yes, sir.
So that's a big congratulations for that.
Thank you, sir.
But will you give some impression what actually prompted you to choose philosophy as your optional subject?
Sir, actually when I started studying for philosophy, I actually got more interested towards it. So I thought that I should keep philosophy as an optional. That is basically the interest actually.
But how suddenly you picked up philosophy, you started studying and started liking?
No, sir, I was
Because-
actually, I have since childhood I was actually studying various non-fiction. But when I started exploring various subjects for optional and all, I started reading philosophy. So I found it interesting. So I thought that I should take philosophy as my optional.
So can you define in common parlance
Yes.
what is philosophy?
Philosophy literally means the love for knowledge. Actually, philosophy actually tries to question the existing system on the basis of reason and logic. So,
So, I mean, the whole world does not apply that. I mean, Indian philosophy, do they apply logic and reasoning in
yes,
Indian philosophy?
yes, sir. They apply logic and reasoning.
Logic and reasoning.
So when they argue, they give a particular point. They actually prove on the basis of reason, argument, and moral justification of those arguments.
Okay. If that is so, then what is the difference between Indian philosophy and Western philosophy?
So the Indian philosophy was primarily basically focusing more on spiritual part.
So how can you reason it out and give logic for that?
Yes, sir. Philosophy is spiritual. I don't think that it is illogical. It's spiritual also. There is logic.
Yes.
They actually try to justify all the existing spiritual part on the logic and reason. So what distinguishes between Western and Indian philosophy is that more focus was given on spiritual part in the Indian philosophy. The reason being, sir.
Okay, complete.
The reason being that in India the very culture and practice was based on religion and all. So that is actually drives various thinkers from Indian school of thought to actually focus on more on spiritual part. But also we have certain school in Indian philosophy which actually focuses on the materialistic part that actually prevents Indian philosophy to be completely labeled as dogmatic. We have both spiritual as well as that is materialistic aspect in the Indian context.
Basic difference between Indian philosophy and Western philosophy. You said Indian philosophy is also based on logic and reasoning.
Yes.
But Indian philosophy, you also say that there is a religion, spiritualism, all these things.
Yes, sir.
These are based on faith or reason and logic.
Sir, I would say they are based on faith.
Then how can you say that logic is behind that?
Sir, philosophy actually studying the various religion. We need to distinguish between philosophy and religion also. Philosophy actually studies various religion from a third point of view. Like, can I cite example? Sir.
No example needed. Just I want to know the basic difference, your clarity. Actually, what are the areas that the Western philosophy covers?
Yes.
What are the areas that the Indian philosophy covers?
Sir, the basic difference is actually, as I said earlier, that in Western philosophy, they're actually focusing on materialism. The Western, the Renaissance and all, they were focusing on materialistic aspect, because of which the Industrial Revolution and all that took place. In Indian philosophy, they are more focusing on the spiritual aspect, that is how to achieve salvation and all, how to achieve that is enlightenment from that is various school of thought. That is the difference, I would say. But the philosophy of Indian school, I think they are beyond the superstition and all. That cannot be leveled completely as superstitious, and that is actually what I meant to say, that both are logical, in that sense that they are not completely dogmatic. That you should not believe blindly. You should also have reason to believe the spiritual part as well.
Okay. The English speaking guides, they name it as Indian philosophy, but the local dialect guides, they say it's Bharatiya Darshan. Is there any difference?
So philosophy, the term actually is a Western term, which means philosophia, that is love for wisdom and all. Darshan is actually...
Try to understand the difference.
Yes.
Philosophy, it's a love for knowledge.
Yes.
But here darshan is something different.
Yes, that is enlightenment. This is darshan and all. You need to have darshan of that.
What is meant by darshan?
Sir?
What is meant by darshan?
Darshan, actually they are saying in the context of enlightenment, that is having the knowledge of that is what the absolute thing is all about.
Okay. Are you aware of some kind of fallacy?
From Indian context?
Fallacy of logic. In the philosophy also.
Yes. That is, sir, exactly I am unable to...
Ad hominem fallacy.
Sir, exactly I am unable to recall. I think it is about the Nyaya Vaisesika school and all.
No, these
Sorry,
are
sir.
the Sadat darshans.
Okay.
But fallacy, I mean, while you put up the things of reasoning and logic, many people, they actually suffer from some kind of fallacy.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. I need not to discuss all these things, but you should.
Okay, sir.
Because you have taken philosophy as your optional subject,
Yes,
so you are supposed to know all these things.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Now let us switch over to another subject.
Yes.
Are you aware of the changes in new education policy?
Yes, sir.
What are the basic salient features?
The structure of schooling that was changed, and second is the priority was given to the vocational training and all. Second, again, that is the 3 language formula, that is focusing on regional language as well. Another is focusing on teacher training and all. That is, again, another is that in primary education they are focusing on foundational learning and basic numeracy, and the coding and all that was also included. So,
Okay. But what is the cornerstone, the foundation, the very objective
so,
of bringing out a new education policy? What was lagging
yes.
in the old education policy? So they brought it out.
So in the old education policy, it was primarily a rote learning, and that was not holistic, I would say. In the new education policy, they are actually trying to bring a holistic approach to learning, that is learning through activities and all, through which a child will not just mug up the subjects, but it's actually have a
Very
practical experience and all.
Very good. Just tell me, in a context of Odisha,
Yes.
the new education policy has started yielding the result?
Sir, exactly, sir, I am unable to, like, I am not aware exactly.
Aware of the
Yes.
schemes so far,
Yes.
is it? Okay. My last question to you is, why should you, after civil service as your career, why should the government choose you as a civil servant?
Sir, I think first I have the quality that I have a very positive mental attitude. So whenever there is an issue, I think I always look it as a positive way. This will help me to solve the various issues. That is the one thing. Second, sir, I would say I have the experience of being have a subject about physics and philosophy, which makes my decision both practical as well as ethical, I would say.
But when you think of ethical, government is finding all the bloody corrupt officers and unearthing crores of rupees.
Sir, that I don't think they're actually in the intent of getting the corrupted and all.
So is this the mentality that the people are coming to the civil service?
No, sir, I don't think it is the mentality that the people are coming.
So what is that is lacking so that the bunch of this kind of officers are coming into the picture?
Sir, one reason I think that is the lack of integrity. That is the one quality. That is, I think, one reason. Second is the lack of accountability and transparency in the entire process. That is the second. And third, I think corruption has been normalized. That is the thing. People feel that we have to bribe in order to get our work done. That is the third thing. And fourth,
That is people's fault.
no, I won't say that is people's fault. That system is that there are structural issues which actually prompt people to have normalized those issues. And another thing is the red tapeism also an issue, because of which the delayed work, because of which people are actually forced to make their work done by bribing. So,
Sir has asked about the topics and some issues. I would like to take about the general aspect. To become a very effective administrator, one quality is required, that is an effective leader.
Yes.
Do you believe in?
yes, sir.
What are the qualities of a leader?
Sir, first, I think a leader has a as an example setter, I would say.
For example,
Yeah.
leadership qualities. Authority.
Okay. So one is courageous. That is courage, I would say. Courage to take strong decisions. That is second, I would say, set as an example for others to follow. That is the second. Third, as a work in a teamwork. That is not as a boss but as a leader, to act as a team. That is the second. And fourth, I would say integrity. Also, I would say.
How can you bring in teamwork, emotion among your staff?
Sir, I think by developing the overall work culture, that is essential. First, if I would actually focus on the initiative of every the co-worker they are actually working, I would not demoralize anyone if they are not giving a very effective suggestion. I would also listen to all the suggestions, and in terms of success, I would say I will give credit to my teammate, because of which they will actually motivated.
By natural disasters.
So natural disaster is something which actually destroy the basic infrastructure and all, that is caused due to the natural phenomenon. So,